everyone. We're here with Bhask Iyer, a CIO of VMware. And Bhask, you've been with VMware for close to half a year now, I think. What did you find when you got into VMware, and have you already created a vision about what you want to change and where you want to go?
What was the first thing was, why did I join? No, I think it's I've been a customer of VMware for a long time. So I signed several ELAs in almost every company I work for. It's a product I know well. One of the reasons I joined the company was I love the product. So I feel like I'm very familiar with the product line. What I'm finding when I joined here is, how it's a very innovative culture. And with innovation, there's a little bit of anarchy, right? Everybody has a point of view. And some of them right, some of them wrong, but everybody has a point of view. So that's different, and that's challenging. The other difference is, a lot of people believe that they are CIOs themselves. And it's good to have a lot of input, but one of the things I have to educate people is this is still a profession, right? I mean, just because you know how to know a lot about how to use a Mac or virtualization software, doesn't mean that this is not a respected profession, right? It still needs a learning. So it's a part of educating, me learning more about the business and also educating professionals on what IT is all about. Because after all, CIOs are our customers. And if you don't have a good perspective of what the customer is thinking, we will not be doing well in the market, right? So part of me is educating, being the voice of customer for folks.
Exactly, and you're mentioning customers already.
Yeah.
I think VMware is a customer of VMware
That's
as
right.
well.
That's right.
Can you talk about how we drink our own champagne?
Yes. We probably run the largest VM environment possible. We call it OneCloud, that's our internal name. But I'm very that was a surprise for me. I thought this was a hidden gem that we didn't realize that we were doing it. You may not realize every hardware that an R&D employee wants or a customer wants, we provision it like a cloud. It is a cloud, and we provision it for all the users. And it's highly automated. It's very cost-effective and highly automated. Some of the folks we have in our team probably know vSphere better than anybody else in the world, and they should. I mean, they've been running in the largest environment. They know vRealize, they know our management products extremely well. So two things happens with that is we are proud. I mean, we like to come into work and use our products, and the products actually work very well. So I can reassure my customers that it works well. But we give a lot of feedback as well. So I typically am running, like some of them are pre-GA, up to a year ahead of time sometimes. And so we find a lot of features and bugs and stuff with the software, and we improve it, right?
Exactly.
And that does two things to it. One is obviously makes the product better. It also improves intercollaboration within our engineering teams.
So you're actually sort of part of the quality assurance for our customers, making sure that everything we deliver to our customers is actually enterprise ready, because we've gone through the trials and tested it.
That's right. The way I describe it is there is a quality control, quality mechanism built in with product development, and you don't want to replace that. You want to develop quality code all the way in. But it's a final checkpoint before it goes to a customer for scale. And also feature sets. So not just bugs, but when you're using it at an enterprise level, there are certain features where people may think as a product developer as very important, but at scale it may or may not make sense. So we give a lot of feedback on what feature sets make sense as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you being here at VMware sort of shows that you also have an outside or an outbound function talking to our customers, I'm assuming. Do you get a lot of the questions about how we're running stuff? Do we give best practices to customers?
Yeah. So let me give an example. It's always not just technology, it's process and people that you have to do. So a lot of our customers sometimes struggle with the process and people part. And while our products are good, sometimes we don't answer those questions well. So I spend a lot of time with customers talking about that. For example, people will ask me questions like, how do you handle BYOD? Well, AirWatch works fine and can handle BYOD, but there are still issues. Do you give money to people? What if they refuse to put the software in? What about the different country laws that you have? And then how do you make people adopt and use it? So those are struggles that we go through, right?
Yeah.
And those become a good part of learning. And sometimes that is even more value added to the people than the product feature sets.
Yeah.
So I think we are able to differentiate with some of our other competitors by saying not only do you buy a good product, but we will share the journey on the pain points that I've gone through with every country or adoption. And I have engineers who may or may not want to use the products we give. So just sharing the journey is very useful. I also share a lot of mistakes we made. We're not perfect. So the mistakes probably are more valuable for the customers than the success stories.
Yeah, they save a lot of time.
They say,
Sometimes,
I say, don't do this. Absolutely don't do this. Don't send out a memo like this because it's going to, blow up on your face. Here are the issues you're going to have with bring your own devices. And I think it's very valuable. You can see a lot more engagement from customers.
yeah, fully agreed. Sometimes it's just how much time you can win by not making a mistake, which
Right.
is the most valuable, and also the money, of course.
right.
You also mentioned international collaboration
Yes.
and the various laws. International collaboration is big within VMware, obviously.
Sure.
We've got R&D sites everywhere, and they need to collaborate. What's your strategy for collaboration for people within VMware? Obviously, with the acquisitions we do, you must face your struggles
Yeah,
there.
I think we should do better. I mean, the thing with collaboration you have to bear in mind is, first of all, it's like five blind people touching an elephant and describing it. Everybody thinks collaboration is different, and what you have is not what you want, right? So I could argue, telephone is collaboration. Your 800 meetings that you have is collaboration. Email is collaboration. Instant messaging is collaboration. So I actually have on my wall a list of 35 things that fall into this collaboration category. File sharing, file sync and share. I mean, there's video conferencing, desktop video conferencing, you go on and on and on. And so different people, first of all, when we say collaboration, we are describing different things to people. So first is clarifying and saying, what we are adding and what we're not. What I have tried to tell folks is, unless we all pick one or a few set of tools, we cannot collaborate, even if the tool is great, right? It's pretty much like the only reason you and I are able to talk now is because we speak the same language.
Agreed.
We can choose to speak different languages, and there'll be no collaboration without a translator. So I think some of it is we have to grow up and say we need to have a core set of standards that we do, and then we can experiment with a few others which are cool. So I think we are coming up with a standard of here's a core that's going to be common. So you go to anywhere in VMware and you want to run a meeting, you know how to run it.
Right.
And I want to send a file, you know how to send it. And then there are a lot of exciting tools coming up in the modern collaboration area, and I don't want to exclude us from not using it, right? So I want to make sure that we experiment with a few of them. So it's not one size fits all, but there's at least be a common denominator for folks.
Exactly. Everyone can use that, and if you need something specific for your work group, then
Right.
that's fine as well.
That's kind of the strategy.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much,
Sure,
Bhask.
thank you, appreciate it.
And good luck in your future in building the rest of VMware.
Thank you.
Thank you.